everybody, this is Michael out in Maui. Aloha. So if you've been enjoying all the content that I've been putting out, I recommend subscribing to the channel. By subscribing, you'll be notified every single time I put out a new video. So today, I want to talk about throwing a force over. So, a force over is a really handy shot to have. It's a little technical on how to throw the shot. So to throw a force over, first you stand up straighter when you throw a force over. When you throw a force over, you're trying to do is, you're trying to raise the outside edge of the disc so the disc will come to the right a little bit and then straighten out. You're trying to control the disc from S turning too big, I guess you could say. You're trying to keep it compact and control the S turn. So to throw a force over, you got to get that outside edge up on the release of the throw, so you want to stand up straighter. As you throw the disc, the follow through is going to end up, you're going to force it over, but you're going to end up down here on the throw, and you're in your back leg coming around, is how you finish the throw on a force over. Because you're trying to get this outside up, as you're following through, because your arm is rotated over, as you throw it through, your arm's just going to naturally come down and not up like a flat shot. So when you throw a flat shot, since you're bent over, shoulders rotate up this way. So the main difference of getting it to be a force over from a flat shot, let's say, is everything below your chest is a hyzer. This is a hyzer throw. A flat shot is right below, right on the chest. So a flat shot is thrown from here, right on the chest. A force over is thrown just a little higher, above the chest. So that's the difference of a flat shot and a force over, is just that much. So when you're throwing the disc, the whole idea of getting that thing to force over is throwing it higher up on your chest, up here. When you're running in to throw a straight shot, you hold your arms up, so that way you could get the disc to come out flat. Because you can see, like if I'm standing here, and my arms are up, the disc is flat right now, right here, flat. Right under my chest, flat. But now I want the disc to turn to the right a little bit. So watch what happens to the front of the disc if I move my arm. So by moving my arm up, see, now I'm up a little higher on my chest, and now the outside is up. So because now I'm higher with my arms, see, as I release that disc, because my arm's up higher, it's going to force this outside edge up on the release of the disc. So you come in here, you throw the disc a little higher here. It's going to throw the disc so it's just a tighter turn. It's only going to turn for a little bit and then straight. It's going to be more compact. As you release the disc, like I said, because you're standing up straighter, your arm's going to finish down here, back leg comes around. That's for a force over. But it's a throw you want to throw with an overstable disc. You throw it with an overstable disc because you want it to come back. This is, when you throw a force over, you're trying to gain distance, but keep it under control by tightening, up the fairway. An anhyzer, turns, and you don't want a big giant S turn you know, if you're throwing like down the middle of some trees. You know, you got to be able to compact that S-turn. So a lot of times guys will throw, you know, an overstable disc for a force over. So you got an overstable disc, come higher on your chest, because up higher it's automatically going to raise this outside edge, and when you release it, you know, it's going to force it over. So another trick for, you know, you can also mess around with is finding a disc that doesn't necessarily go too understable, but it's not necessarily overstable, and it's actually a great way to throw a right turning shot. You can throw a disc that has a little bit of a turn to it to the right, a little understable, and you come through up here and throw that, it's just going to come out flat. And because it has a little bit of understable, not a ton, because if you got too much on it, it's going to turn it. But you got a disc that's kind of right in the middle, and you could actually get that thing to slide. It'll actually just slide to the right for you. So if you're throwing down, you know, the left side of the trees, and you want that disc just to slide back to the right side, you know, it's a great shot to throw. So you just got to find the disc that'll work for that shot. You know, you just don't want it too understable because it'll keep turning, but you don't want it too overstable because then it'll actually come back to the left. So you kind of have two shots you can throw from that setup. But I just recommend, you know, learning it, because it's a great way to get extra distance on your disc, you know, and it just takes a little bit to get used to. You know, you just got to get your arms up higher, and you'll notice that you can throw, you know, when you throw, you know, on the field, you know, you'll just see that the outside disc is up and it'll just kind of come back to the right a little bit. You know, you're not trying to get the disc way up on edge here. You know, you're just trying to throw it so it's just off. You know, let's say flat is here. You know, you just get the edge up a little bit. It's all you're trying to do. It's just a little bit here. You know, you get that thing too much on edge, you know, and it's just going to turn the disc. So you're just trying to get it up, you know, an inch, 2 inches. So anyways, so that's how you throw a force over. I recommend learning it. It's a great way to get extra distance and control the S turn. So anyways, this is Michael out in Maui. Aloha.